Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Live Courageously podcast. My name is Nicole Coker, and I'm your host. I'm so excited because today I will be speaking with Kayla Touré. She is a second-generation West African who is adventurous, vivacious, and determined 16-year-old. Her love of acting began at a young age when she had the opportunity of performing on Broadway at the age of 8. In addition, her love of acting, she is a cheerleader, a philanthropist, social justice activist, and more. Kayla is a firm believer in spreading hospitality and has even created her own nonprofit called Kindness with Kayla, which empowers children with disabilities while advocating for disability awareness. Welcome, Kayla. How are you?
Hi, I am so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited to talk to you more because we were actually, just before this interview, we were talking about how we were sister queens from different states with USA National Miss last year, which is insane. We probably passed each other in the hallways at some point.
And
we
could have saw each other. We just didn't know.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny how things like that, you were in the same system as someone, and then you reconnect later and you're like, no way, really? Because there's just so many girls, right?
Yeah. And it's I always say that the pageant world is so small. It is honestly so small. It's so crazy. Like, we were in the same pageant and now we're talking to each other. We didn't even know each other. So it's just crazy.
It is, and I'm so thankful for that because I've met some of the greatest people because of pageantry, and I've had so many people on my podcast already that are from the pageantry world, and everyone in the pageantry world is just so well spoken, and they have a lot of things that they love to talk about and advocate for. So you guys are absolutely courageous in everything that you guys do, so I'm so excited for you to be here.
Oh, thank you so much. I definitely agree. Pageantry is amazing. I've made so many friends, family, sisters throughout pageantry. And it's also just helped me gain my self-confidence and just put that self-confidence in other people that unfortunately don't have it. So I thank pageantry for so many things.
Oh, yes, I totally agree. So just to kick things off, I gave a little bit of a bio of who you are, but kind of tell everyone a little bit about yourself and the system that you're representing currently.
I'm Kayla Touré. I am 16 years old. I'm a varsity cheerleader. I enjoy acting, social justice activism, and I truly have a heart of service. I am the 2020 National American Miss Junior Teen. What NAM is that it's a system that's not only instilling confidence in boys and girls, but it's also teaching them that you need to positively impact your society, but then also go out in other communities and volunteer. And that's honestly just one of the many amazing things that I love about NAM, is that it's so much about just instilling confidence and growing confidence in other people while also giving back to other communities. And that's something that I love. I love giving back to my community and other communities.
Yes, and fun fact, so I haven't been doing pageantry that long, but my very first pageant was with National American Miss. I was competing for the South Carolina teen title back in 2016, I believe. And it was my first ever pageant. I had no idea what I was doing, but it was such a great experience. I loved everything about it. Going in and you felt like you were a part of the family immediately, and because they really they talk a lot about NAMily. And I was like, you know what? I went, didn't place, and I was like, I could do better than that. Like, that was my first time, so I really didn't know what I was doing. But now I had a little bit of an idea of what to do and what to expect. So the next year, I went back to compete for the South Carolina teen title, and I got first runner-up. And it was crazy. As I've grown and I've been with USA National Miss ever since, I've been able to really understand what pageantry was, because when I went into NAM, I didn't understand, like, pageantry is about earning this title and sash, but not just because you want to go look pretty and go to events. It's about the service that you do. So tell us a little bit about how you've been involved with NAM, some of the things that you've been doing with your title that really represents what pageantry is and what it supports.
Yes, so my story with NAM goes way back to 2009. My mom wanted to put me in a pageant that was not only spreading positivity, but that was just teaching young girls to be themselves. And that's exactly what National American Miss is. As I said before, I started in 2009. I didn't place. I went back in 2013. I won the actress competition and still didn't place. Then I went in 2018. I got top 10, first pageant without coaching. Then I went in 2017 and I got top 10 for the preteen. And then I came back that next year and I got fourth runner up my first time ever in the junior teen division. And then now I am here is actually my last time in the junior teen division because I age out next year. And I won the New York junior teen title. So I just want to thank NAM for giving me this amazing opportunity. And I've been doing so much stuff with my title. I was actually doing things before I had the title, going out in my community, volunteering, just giving food to those who unfortunately don't have food. And I actually have been doing less stuff with my platform, Kindness with Kayla, which hopefully I'll be able to talk to you guys about later. What I've been doing with Kindness with Kayla is I've just been doing lots of seminars, talking to the youth about what disability awareness is and how you can just advocate for those who have disabilities and what a disability really is.
Yeah, that's great. And honestly, I liked the little point that you put in there that you were doing service initiatives even without a crown and sash, because I think sometimes people, when they see us pageant girls and they're like, oh, they're just here to be pretty, oh, you know, they're not really doing anything for the community. But there's girls who compete in pageants and they don't earn that crown and sash, but they're still out in their communities doing the best work that they can, no matter if they're holding a title or if they're just, you know, doing their own thing, you know, by themselves without having this platform that we have. But the fact that we are getting these crowns and sashes to do things, it just amplifies our voices. And that's the reason why we do it. It's not about the pretty shiny hat and it's not about the sash that goes on the chest. It's about being able to have that platform to amplify the work that you're already doing beyond the crown and sash. Before we step into talking a little bit more about your nonprofit, I kind of want to back up a little bit and go to this Broadway thing that you were talking about. How amazing is that to be on Broadway at 8? Tell me a little bit about that experience, because I could not imagine being 8 years old and going to be on Broadway. Like, that must have taken a lot of courage to do. Tell me about that.
Yes, so I went to an elementary school who actually got a grant from Disney to do Aladdin. And as a result, we were actually invited by Aladdin on Broadway to perform on the stage. It was honestly just amazing. It's an amazing opportunity. And, you know, I always tell myself since then, that's when I really knew that that's where I wanted to be. I wanted to perform, and not only perform and entertain, but inspire other boys and girls. And no matter where you come from, no matter your race, no matter your hair texture, you can be anything you want to be. So it was just an amazing opportunity that I'm so thankful for.
Yes, and I am just inspired by that, because I've always kind of, well, I take that back. I was about to say I always wanted to be on stage, but really when I was young, I was so shy. But once I got into the pageantry world and knowing that I had the confidence and the courage to actually step out and do something out of my comfort zone, I really love being on stage, and I love doing talks like this. And I love just getting my voice out there and like being seen, because I have so many things to share with the world. And I really am interested in the acting part of world, even though I don't know if I have any capabilities of doing that. But is there any aspirations beyond like Broadway's? Like, do you want to get into screen acting, or like, what is your goals with that?
My goal is not only to be on Broadway, I also want to do television and film. But growing up, I did do a lot of on stage theater, you know, so Broadway, musicals and plays. So yeah, I definitely want to get into more film and television, and I actually hope to go to Juilliard as a drama major. So hopefully if I get that amazing opportunity, I will be able to learn more about acting and learn more acting techniques, because it's honestly all about doing what you love and empowering other people to do what they love too.
Yeah, and you know, you talked about that. You're talking about getting more practice and just going through the motions and understanding like what type of acting you want to do. And it brought me back to a memory that I was trying to share with you, even though I completely lost my train of thought. But I was in a play in the 3rd grade. This is the first time my school had brought in a drama teacher, and she decided she was going to put on a play. And I was like, oh, I want to be in play. I want to do that. So I was sitting down, and we had went through all the auditions and everything like that. And we were all sitting in this line, and they were talking about all these different people. They're like, oh, you're getting this role, and you're getting this role, and you're getting this role. And I was like, freaking out because I was like, oh, I really want to do this, but I'm not getting any roles.
Mhm.
And I sat there, and of course there was one part left,
Yeah.
the lead role. And the play was Peggy the Pint-Sized Pirate, okay? It's so funny because I'm very tiny and very short, and of course back then I was even more tiny and short. But they called my name to be the lead role, and I was just so excited. Yes. And ever since then, like, I've wanted to do that. Like, I really like, learning my lines and, playing the part. It was so much fun. And then, of course, like, sports and things, like, kind of got in the way of going to other acting things. But even now, like, they've been filming. I don't know if you've heard of The Outer Banks. Of course you've heard of that, right? It's a show on Netflix. It's about
probably.
Yeah. But I'm from South Carolina, so they're actually having all of the filming here in Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh,
so they're having extras come, and I've been like signing up for everything. I'm like, please just cast me.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll see how it goes. I don't know, but
fingers. Yeah, that's cool.
It just brought a little memory back. So thank you for taking me down memory lane.
Of course.
Yes. So the main reason we are here today is for you to share with our listeners how to love themselves better, because that's something that a lot of people struggle with. And I know through your organization, you advocate for that. So can you tell us a little bit more about that and how you help others advocate for themselves and love themselves better?
Growing up, I definitely struggled with, loving who I am and having self-confidence. I feel like we've all been bullied or has at least been in a situation where we have seen someone get bullied, or we have been the person that has been getting bullied. So, people, they didn't say the nicest things to me. But with National American Miss, they taught me that I'm much more than a crown and a banner. I'm much more than what people say I am. I am who I am, and I should love who I am. And I was actually inspired by my sister. She's legally blind in one eye, and she's also hearing impaired. And I watched her grow up and get bullied. She's older than me, so unfortunately I wasn't there for the rescue, but I saw what she was going through, and I was inspired by her to empower children with disabilities, that your disability is an ability, and you should love who you are. And no matter what, you can be anything you want when you grow up. And I've also been educating people on disability awareness, because that's something that's really, really important to me, especially in society today. We're fortunate enough to have technology, so we can look stuff up online. So what I've been doing is I've just been educating the youth on what a disability is, some slurs, just things that you shouldn't say to someone that is disabled, and how you can uplift someone that has a disability.
Yeah, that is amazing, because I know a lot of people definitely suffer from bullying, and I know that you've been advocating for it not only through your platform but through Crown Cares when you were a UNM title holder, and of course now as a NAM title holder. And it's such a crazy thing, because honestly, back when I was young and I was in school, I didn't notice. Like, I just don't remember kids being mean. But of course, it was definitely happening around me. I was just blind to it because I wasn't aware of what bullying was, how it, like, what you to do when you did see it. So having title holders who go out there and are actually advocating for these things is phenomenal, because I knew back when I was little, I didn't know that. And it's just crazy to think that there's kids out there who don't understand what bullying is. So I commend you for that, going out there and really teaching these important issues. Yeah. So what has been your favorite appearance, even, I guess, before COVID and then after COVID, advocating for your nonprofit?
One of my favorite appearances, I actually had the amazing opportunity of giving awards out for the Special Olympics. And it was not only just so important to me and amazing seeing the smiles on not only the youth, but the adults' faces giving them awards, but it also goes hand in hand with my platform, because it's all about disability awareness and empowering those with disabilities. So it was honestly amazing. I got to give bowling awards. That's when I got to take pictures with them. And, I always say that spreading kindness is contagious, and it's not only just contagious to the receiver, but it's also contagious to the giver as well. So it was honestly amazing. And one of my most memorable appearances that I did, well, COVID is still going on, but one of the appearances that I did a few weeks ago actually is I was on Teens Meet World podcast, which is a podcast specifically for teens to just talk about things that we go through and how to uplift teens, especially during COVID-19. So I got to talk about my platform there and what I have been doing to be positive throughout the pandemic and even before the pandemic.
Yeah, that is amazing. So with your nonprofit, so you go and you speak to kids. So that's like your major thing that you do whenever you go and advocate for this, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so due to COVID, I actually do like Zooms with like high schools and middle schools and elementary schools.
Yeah, so could you tell us maybe 3 to 5 tips on how to love yourself better so that my viewers can kind of take something that they can learn from this episode and implement it in their life?
Well, something that I want to say is that I truly believe that, unfortunately, in our society and our generation, many people believe that tangible things can give them self-love and can just give them happiness. And I truly believe that's not true. Self-love comes within. It does not come from a pair of shoes, from having your hair a certain way, for wearing makeup. So that's just something that I wanted to say. One tip that I would give for anyone that is trying to improve their self-loves is tell yourself positive affirmations. I actually post affirmations almost every single day on my pageant page and on my public page, whether it's I love my hair or I love my smile. So I would definitely do that. Spread positivity. Another thing for self-love that I have been doing for a while is writing in a journal, writing about how I feel. What do I love? What do I dislike? I think that not only helps you understand yourself more, but it just makes you be able to spread not only positivity to others, but positively in yourself. And see, another thing that I would say for self-love is to just be happy with yourself and spread that happiness to others. A big part of self-love is you being nice and kind to others. I truly believe that how are you going to be nice to someone if you're not nice to yourself? So I think a big part of self-love is just being kind to yourself and being kind to others and spreading that positivity, spreading those positive affirmations every day. You know, when I was younger in middle school, I used to put sticky notes on top of my locker every single day saying something that I loved about myself. So even those type of things go a long way. I promise you, self-love helps not only your confidence, but it helps you feel better as a person.
That is just so inspiring. And I know that everyone listening today can definitely take a little bit from that and start improving their self-love, start writing themselves some affirmations, start writing down the things they love about themselves and some of the things they might want to change and improve on. So having those thoughts and being able to really understand yourself is just vital. And I am so excited that you are here and telling everyone that because especially in a world like today, it's very difficult to go through life and not compare yourself to others, but it's kind of hard because social media is such a huge thing today and you always want something bigger and you always want something better. And just being able to love yourself is vital through all of this. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, I think a big part, especially with now, especially due to COVID-19, a lot of things are very sad and sorrow. So, you know, I was just not only inspired by COVID, but just inspired by seeing other people that have lack of self-confidence to keep radiating that positivity and keep doing self-affirmations, not only for myself, but to others. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Can you tell everyone where they can find you on social media so that if they need a little daily dose of inspiration or they need a little daily dose of something good, they know they can go to your account to find it. So tell everyone where they can find you.
So you guys can find me at 3 different Instagrams. You can find me at the NAM, N-A-M, New York, N-Y, Junior Teen, J-R-T-E-E-N page. You can also find me at Miss, M-I-S-S, Kayla Touré, K-A-Y-L-A-T-O-R-E. You can also, those are my pageant accounts. You can also find me on my public account, which is Kayla.AX.O, and also my Facebook. Just look up Kayla Touré. I'm spreading positivity every day and night throughout the day because, as I said before, we need positivity to live. We need happiness, and you need to take the initiative to spread positivity not only in your community, but around those around you. So
thank you so much for being here. It has been an absolute pleasure. I am so excited for my listeners to hear this, and everyone who is listening, make sure you take some initiative today to start loving yourself better and pouring into others as well so that they can love themselves too. Thank you so much for being here, Kayla.
Thank you so much for giving me this amazing opportunity. Thank you.
You're so welcome.